Alright guys, I am going to just go over Kakuros with you. So Kakuros look like Sudokus, and they're similar, except they're a little more mathy is how I describe them. You still have the same rules, where digits are from 1 through 9, no zeros, no negatives, and no repetition. But when it comes to repetition, the repetition is contained to the row with numbers. So what I want to show you is, this is a nice little one here, but later on, when you get to one like this, when I talk about repetition being contained, these four numbers here from here, here, and here, and here, these guys here are going to have unique digits, but these three here don't go with these four. So what I'm saying is, if this is a 9, that's not stopping any of these from being a 9. Okay? If this is a 9, this can't be a 9, this can't be a 9, but it doesn't extend to the entire row. Once you get this gray guy in the middle here, it kind of restarts the row. So I hope that made sense. Let's go back to an easy one. What these are doing is they're saying, these numbers on the outside, what they're saying is this 5 says that this number and this number, or this white area here, adds up to 5. And at the same time, coming down, these guys add up to 10. These guys add up to 20. These guys add up to 6, 3, 4, etc. Okay? So this is a small one. It's an easy one too. And I'm going to look around to figure out, you'll come up with some techniques, whatever, but I'm going to look down here and say, oh, I got a 3. And if I have a 3 with two numbers adding up to 3, you know it's 1 and 2. So if I put a 1 here and 2 here, that's one way to go. But what's gonna happen right away is you're gonna notice that if this is 4, then this has to be a 2 for these two numbers that up to 4. Can't happen because of repetition. Okay, I don't like to guess on things. I kind of more like to do them in my head. I don't write them down unless I think that unless I know them right. No, they're right. Sorry, I know that I'm right. Okay, so that's a 2 and that's a 1, and then that's going to be a 3. 6 coming down here means that these 3 digits add up to 6, and the only 3 digits that add up to 6 that are unique are 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so those integers add up to 1, 2, and 3. We can't put a 2 here because there's already a 2 over here, right? And then you'd have repetition of 2's. So that makes this a 1, and that makes this your 2. And at the same time, you're probably excited because this guy says 12 goes across, and I have 3 already in there. 1 plus 2 is 3. So I got to throw in a 9 there. Okay, and then we can keep going here. Coming down, I add up to 20. 9 is gone. Okay, so that's going to leave me 11 left over. So there's a couple options here. I could have 9 and 2, but that doesn't work. 8 and 3, 7 and 4. Maybe we're a little stuck here. Let's maybe go across here. Okay, so this is 18. These add up to 18, but 2 is gone, which means these two guys add up to 16. So what two numbers add up to 16? You could say 8 and 8, but that doesn't work. So 7 and 9. Yep. And then after that, you get to 6 and 10. 6 and 10, 10's a 2-digit number, so that's not good. So we're left with 7 and 9. And I couldn't put a 9 here because there's already a 9 here, so that's my 7. There's a 9, almost done. This adds up to 10. Got to be a 1. Got to be a 4. Going across that up to 5, and then nicely here you see 4 and 7 is 11 plus 9 is 20. So we're in great shape. We'll check. I'm great, it says. But they get way more interesting, way more challenging. Okay, so you get these big guys look like this. Try a 6x6. That's what I would start with. Maybe start with an intermediate 6x6 and go from there. You get used to some things to start off with. You notice things like this eventually. 17 is going to be 8 and 9. 16 is going to be 7 and 9. So you get 8s and 9s and 7s. 23, 3 numbers that add up. The highest total you can get with 3 numbers is 24, 9, 8, and 7. 23 would have to be 9, 8, and 6. Okay, so right just from starting off in this bottom corner, I know coming down here, this is going to be 9 and 8. I don't know which one's which. I know this is 9 and 7. Okay, but what I do know is I haven't said 6 yet. So if there's a 6 in this row going across, it has to be stuck in this corner right here. Okay, so I'm not going to do this whole thing, but you look at that, that's going to be 6. Coming down here also, 35. If you add up, it'll show you actually sometimes some of the shortcuts here. But if you do this in your head without the little cheats here, 35 has to be the 5 biggest numbers. Okay, So sum of 35 from 5 digits has to be 98765. And then sometimes what you can do is look here and say, okay, which one of these has to be my 9, which one has to be my 5. You can look at the extremes. That helps sometimes. Okay. This one here, that's going to be a 9. That's going to be an 8. 14 coming down. This is going to have to add up to, well, we can actually do this right now, because if you think about this, if this is 14 and 17 across is 9 and 8, if I threw a 9 here, that would leave me 5 left over for 3 numbers. So that's not going to work. So this has to be an 8, right? And if that's an 8, then I have a 1, 2, 3. This is my 9 here. Kind of want to stop, but I also kind of want to keep going. If I look here, going across, it's 11. I can't, and I know coming down, I have 1, 2, and 3. This can't be a 1 because that would make that 10. This can't be a 2 because that would make that 9. I already have a 9, so this has to be 3. 8. I said I'd stop, but I don't know if I can. I'll call it quits here, okay? And I'll let you keep going with this sort of thing. 9 and 7 here, right? What else do I have? Anyway, so it's a lot of fun. Enjoy yourselves, and we'll talk about this at one of our meetings coming up.